it. Okay, we're live.
Hello,
everyone.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Right,
hello.
I have to make sure. Obviously, can you guys comment in the chat that we're definitely live here? Hope everyone's doing well. It's finally here, guys. The general election. It's the voting. We just got just under an hour to go before
to take out the
polls
trash.
close. So if you haven't already, please cast your vote. Make sure if you haven't cast your vote, please do it now. Stop what you're doing. Yes, even that means even getting off this live stream and going to your local booth to make sure you cast your vote. Please do so, guys. Please do go. I just want to confirm that I'm definitely not going mad and that we are definitely, that I am definitely live. Yes, we are definitely live. I just had to double check that. We are definitely live. Yes, we are. So, welcome to the Snowflake Show Election Night Special here with myself, REGANELITE, hosting here alongside above me.
I'm Lee Corne. Back.
Yeah, it took you. It took you a while to get that. And we got a special guest next to us, the good, our wonderful friend, all the way from beautiful France, AllShorts.
Bonjour. What's happening?
Bonjour.
And the missus.
Bonjour.
And this is AllShorts. All right, let me just have a quick hello. Who we got in the chat there? Joe Lefty is here. Good evening, Joe. Good to see you. One-Eyed Pagan is here. Artibus, good to see you there. Jow is here moderating. Good to see you. Asking, so who won? Well, we don't know yet. We don't know yet, buddy. Terry Regan, good to see you there, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Suzanne, good to see you there. Joe Lefty going, oh my God, is that Lee Corne? Yes, it is Lee Corne. So Larry the Cat, good to see you there, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Mark Wilkie there as well, just coming in. Ruth, good to see you there. Hope you guys are all doing well. Obviously, I've never, bear with me, guys, because I've never used StreamYard before, so this is my first time doing all this. So, guys, Lee, first of all, because obviously we haven't heard from you in a long time. Obviously, since we've stopped doing the Snowflake Show. Honestly, how are you feeling about tonight? How are you feeling about this election? Like, how you really, buddy? Because it's been a while, man.
I've kind of not tried not to stress myself out about it, but I've been, I'm hoping it all goes, the way we want it to go, and the Tories are wiped out. That's what I really want. But I'm really kind of, as I said, just mentioned before, I'm a bit worried about the silent, what they call them, the shy Tories. The Tories who don't want to admit they're going to vote Tory into posters, and then they suddenly do it at the last minute. They're the ones that are worrying me. But fingers and toes and everything crossed that we get it over the line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Like, I'm really. I mean, obviously there is because YouGov did predict that there is a possibility that Lib Dems could become the opposition party. I just think it's a bit of a stretch. I think it is a bit of a stretch to ask to get that, because there's still too many people that want to vote Conservative, like, and it boggles my mind that some people are still bent on still voting Conservative even after all this. What's your feeling, AllShorts, about this election tonight?
I think it's going to be worse for the Tories than we can never really imagine.
I hope so.
That's my feeling.
I hope so.
I know, Lee Corne, I know you're a vote reform, but
I was there.
Rejoin EU, you meant. Rejoin EU,
it's
rejoin EU, not reform.
It's not rejoin UK.
Oh, no. I kind of hope that maybe. I know things are going to they can only get better, can't they?
As I was humming as I walked out of the police station.
I'm desperate for Labour to come out of the old closet regarding Brexit. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, but he's backing himself. He seems to back himself into a corner every time he's asked about it.
I don't know. That's it. And now he's now endorsing the Sun newspaper, so it's a little bit uncomfortable.
That'll do well in Liverpool. I'll go down there in Liverpool.
Sure will.
Yeah.
So apparently, the Times were going to endorse Labour. I'm only going by what Phil speculated this on the Morning Brew this morning, because he and Graham were both on the Morning Brew together, and Phil basically said that the Times was going to endorse Labour if Keir Starmer didn't promise media reform, and he wouldn't promise that.
No, I think they're going to do media reform.
If they didn't do media reform, sorry.
Yeah.
So they said they wanted assurances that he weren't going to do media reform, and he couldn't promise
They've
that.
got to do media reform because they've got to change the laws on that. That we can't have foreign entities pretty much owning the media in the UK. That's illegal in most countries, including France.
Yeah.
You've got to be a national.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much tactical voting in this election. It's absolutely insane. But I do worry that a lot of people who are voting tactically, I don't like. I mean, I know everyone has their own websites. There's like the Best for Britain one, and then there's StopTheTories.org, which obviously been endorsed by Politics Social and Carol Vorderman. I mean, obviously, they're not 100% guarantee factor, but obviously the objective, obviously, is just to damage the Conservatives. But at the same time, it could always be the case of, obviously, we don't know some seats for certain because they're kind of, some of them are like neck and neck between Labour and Lib Dems on where to cast your vote there. Just wanted to. New moon, new parliament, new government from one angry pagan. Thank you so much, my friend, for the £2 super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, and obviously YouGov predicting a couple of seats for reform. Oh, God.
Well,
I mean, I've been
5 at one point.
I mean, I've had so many people, like so many. I honestly think some of them are bots. I've had so many people shouting, screaming reform. Like even on this morning's community post, telling everyone to go and vote. They're screaming reform, 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 and I'm just like I appreciate the boost of the algorithm, but I wish you guys weren't saying reform every 5 minutes. You know?
Yeah, but when we used to live in Salhouse and then near Roxham, Norfolk. And but their missus was on a Facebook page for the area. It's for Salhouse, it's a Salhouse page, Colin. And somebody was put a post on there. Can you tell us where the polling booth is so we can make our vote for reform? I thought, oh my God, I knew that. I was fairly confident they were a bunch of idiots, but but crikey.
Should have sent them the wrong direction. It's the other way. You got to go 30 miles that way, and then you got to take a right, then you got to go down another lane, then you got to take a left.
Well, there was Owen Jones earlier who said he did it in the old street walk, what have you, asking people about their vote and what have you. And this guy on there was going on about shooting the boats. And Owen Jones, in his usual sort of way, I know he's not everyone's a fan of Owen Jones, but he's asking the right questions. So you agree with murder then and stuff like that? Because obviously, if you shoot the boats, you're going to the made of rubber. You're going to shoot them. The boat will sink. We'll do it when it's near the coast, the French coast, and then we'll shoot it's that way they can swim back to shore. But you still shoot them because they'll be in the boats. They're made of rubber and they're inflatables. They'll die. So you endorse murder. And this guy's sort of like, he's just going along with it, what have you, and he's blaming France for that. Well, for Christ's sake, I don't mind shooting the flipping boats and maybe obviously shooting the migrants as well, or refugees or whatever. As well. What about the fact you're shooting bullets onto the French coast? I'm sure the Coast Guard will be there, and then obviously the French Navy, and I don't think it'll go down too well.
Yeah. Suzanne Dice, any idea how the SMB is doing? Miss Davey earlier. I missed these live stream earlier too. Obviously, so just to kind of, so for some of you, obviously, guys asking like who's doing live streams, what, where. So apparently, Max is doing a live stream at like 3 a.m. in the morning for 3 hours. So if you guys happen to be, if you happen to be up at 3 a.m. in the morning, you're watching it, you can always you can hang out with Max for a couple of hours there. No Justice is doing 6-hour live stream from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And Graham Hughes and Politics Social, they're doing the all-nighter as well. 24 hours.
I'm starting at 11.
You're doing yours at 11. And I'm going to be, I don't know how long I'm going to be because I'm going to be up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, guys. I'm going to be live streaming at 7 a.m., which actually suits me quite well because No Justice would have ended hers and Max would have ended his around 6 a.m. as well. So that would actually be a good time for me to jump on because some people would have stopped live streaming. And that'll be a gap before Phil live streams that he's going to be live streaming at about 10 a.m. on his channel. Or 9-10 a.m. on his channel. So I've got a slot there where not too many I'm not going to be conflicting with too many other live streams, which is pretty good.
I think there's be too many out there anyway. I don't think we could be too worried.
Yeah, there's going to be. Yeah, Madge is going live as well. Yeah, I don't know what Madge is. I think he's doing. Is he doing all? I think he's doing an all night as well, because he said he was talking about getting lots of pizzas.
The longest I've done is 7 hours.
I mean, I've done like all nighters in terms of work shifts and whatnot. I mean, I've done like all nighters, like, because I've stayed up all night watching wrestling. So I mean, but it's not that I can't. It's not that I couldn't do it. It's whether my computer could handle it or not. So that's the only thing.
Doing all nighter when you're constantly talking, that's mentally tiring, mate. That's hard work.
No, if you put in if you've got like Sky News or something in the background, they're playing every now and then. When you go away or whatever to catch your breath and drink water and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's one of the things I do.
Well, we normally go to bed to rest our brains, not the body.
Yes.
It does nag you.
Mm.
I know it does me. It's like, I'm getting old. That's what it is. I'm all wrinkly now.
Nah, age is just a number. Age is just a number.
I was falling asleep just listening to the guy at a school thing today. I had to go to my daughter's school thing, and I'm like, the guy's talking for like 10 minutes, and I'm just like, my eyes just closing. And this is like, I can tell you're struggling. I'm like, yeah, that was at 7 o'clock. So I'm already not in a good position. But I've booked the day off tomorrow, so I'm planning on staying up. There was somebody did a schedule actually. Let me try and find that schedule of when the Tory. I think anybody else has seen it.
Thanks, Alistair Kidd, for the Thanks, Alistair Kidd, for the 5-star super chat. Hi, Lee, Regan, Lee. Good to see you, my friends. Hope see you, my friend. Hope you and yours are well. Marcus, nice to see you here too. It's going to be excellent. Yeah,
Hi.
Thanks for that, Alistair Kidd. Appreciate the super chat.
And
lots of friendly faces here. Good to see you guys. Yeah, I mean, obviously. Kind of just I mean I've got a bunch of funny videos if we wanted to play them, but I guess we'll get as well. But we're kind of just Lee, I just wanted to talk with you because obviously we don't I mean obviously you've still been having your ear on about what's been going on in politics as much as you possibly can. What's your feeling about some of the other parties? I mean, obviously you spoke about Labour, but how are you feeling about like the Lib Dems, the Greens, Reform?
Yeah, I mean, Lib Dems, I would like him to kind of be the opposition, you know. I think it's like Mark has said before, that's a bit of a tall order for him to get that. It's gone very dark suddenly, very flickery behind me. Sorry. It's
not the sun going down, is it?
It is the sun going down. I think it's a cloud going away. That's why. Yeah. No, I think maybe. I mean, the way I look at it, the Tories. If you're a Tory voter, if you're not going to vote Tories, you had enough. You're going to go out one of either way, really, aren't you? If you're sort of really hot on immigration and all that sort of stuff, you're probably going to fall towards Reform. If you're not, and you're probably more likely to go Liberal. So the Lib Dem could pick up a lot of the shy Tory voters who don't want to admit it, or the swing you know.
He could do that while he's doing a bungee jump or something, couldn't he?
Yeah. I mean, that's been funny watching him doing all those things. I
love that. I think it's great. People used to criticise Boris Johnson for doing all the pranks, did they?
Yeah.
Mad Monk, I should strip you of your moderator status for saying that.
I didn't vote today. No, you get no say then, Mad Monk.
I'll put the little Chinese baby up.
I was watching a video on TikTok like YouTube Shorts, and it was this panda trying to lift another panda up. It had the same music on it. I'm just gonna.
Did you want to nip out for a second or something?
I'm just gonna adjust my light. So what I'll do is just on my screen, I'll just switch over to.
Oh, you voted last week via post. Okay, well, you gave the wrong impression there. Yeah, I thought the Lib Dems had a really. I thought the Lib Dems had a. Oh, let me just see. I'm just playing around with this.
I've got BBC and Sky on there, so.
You can always remove yourself from the cam, remove your cam, and then come back in if you want to do that, Lee. If that helps. on the bottom of the screen, there's the remove if you wanted to take yourself off the stage. There's that option. Just saying. But as for the Lib Dems, like I thought, like I know a lot of people. There was a lot of people quite critical because obviously Ed Davey was doing all these goofy stuff, like having the time of his life. Like there's this. I showed a video yesterday of there was this funny video on Twitter of Ed Davey doing all of his funny antics all together in one clip. It was absolutely hilarious, and even though we could just have a laugh and everything about it, like what he's doing is he's highlighting his party. This is quite. I think if I don't know what the Greens could have done more really because they wanted because like the problem was this, right? You have the Conservatives and Labour, obviously they're getting all the attention. The Lib Dems obviously had to do something to get media attention. I know that mainstream media have an obligation to give time to the other political parties, but they don't have to give as much as they only have to give a certain amount, don't they? So, and I think what Ed Davey did, did you see the Marcus? Did you see the video of the broadcast of him with his disabled son?
Yes, I did.
I thought that was a really, like, even with all the joking and all that kind of stuff, I thought that really hit home to a lot of people who especially are in the healthcare and the caring sector. It really resonated.
Yeah, but also there's a lot of people out there like myself who's also got a disabled son and know what it takes. Do you know what I mean? It's just,
yeah.
So you get that empathy, don't you? You just feel like, he knows that. He knows what we're about. He's also having to deal with the trials and tribulations. It's not just obviously looking after his son; it's all the bureaucracy involved with it as well, and it's not easy sometimes. But you're saying about fair broadcast or fair sharing the media between all the parties and what have you. But according to Nigel Farage, he was left out in the dark.
Didn't he say he was boycotting the BBC? I was like, yes, finally. Got to watch him on the Question Time again.
How many times has he been on there?
Oh, like 40 odd or something.
I think one report said it was like 20 times. And I was thinking, no, it wasn't that many. Like, I think one said 11, which I know he was on there quite a lot during the Brexit campaign, wasn't it? During the whole Brexit.
And before that, in the build over the years, as leader of UKIP, he was on loads of times as well.
Yeah, he was on so much. It was just too much. But I think even I just wish the Greens got a little bit more. Yes, I saw that One Angry Pagan. I watched the One Angry Pagan because I watched Morning Brew after the live stream. Yeah, managed to sort my emergency proxy vote. Because I told him about what to do there. Many marginal seats in Scotland estimated to have been 10 to 38 SNP, so not really polls, just numbers picked out of your backside, says Phil McCracken. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. He's just going off. Just going off. Just going off that.
There we go. QA Libraries actually put it up there. So 3 o'clock Genrick, 3:30 a.m. Keegan, 3:30 a.m. Hunt, 3:30 a.m. Shaps, and Coffee and McVeigh. And 4 o'clock Sunak, Stride, Cleverly, and Rees-Mogg. Rees-Mogg's at 4:30. Then at 5 o'clock it's Gullis. Then 5:15 Mercer. These estimated times. 5:30 a.m. Truss, and 6 is Philp. So yes, thanks QA Library.
I don't think Truss is going to lose her seat because the YouGov poll didn't because they showed all the cabinet people and it didn't have Liz Truss on there, didn't have Priti Patel on there, didn't have Suella Braverman on there. That's I mean, it doesn't mean to say they can't try.
Norfolk's strong Tory as well.
Yeah,
Norwich is Labour, but
yeah, some people are just kind of set in stone about how they feel.
Yeah.
Well, just
Norwich North though that'd be Chloe Smith. But she doesn't look in a very strong position. Plus, she says she's got to step down. They should be Labour. They're very close. Yeah, Clive Lewis, he's got a major lead anyway. The last time anyway, he was well ahead.
Near me, the Hazel Grove, which was William Ragg's constituency, and Marple has been on the TV quite a lot recently. Miss that actually she's named after the village. Miss Marple is named after the village. Yeah, Marple. But that's another story. Anyway, but the he's so the Tory candidate for that. He's ex-military. He's I don't think he's going to win, but it's always been like a sort of Tory Lib Dem kind of place. But actually, this election, Labour are overtaking the Tories in it, so it could go either way, that one. It should be interesting because I don't think they've ever won it, the constituency. So,
what do you guys think about Jeremy Corbyn's chances? I mean, I was watching a piece on Navarre Media. And
they love him. They love him, Jeremy.
Yeah, I know that, but I think it's quite interesting though, seeing so many, because they were showing like going along, and he was getting stopped like literally every 5 minutes. Everybody was saying hello to him, so because he's been in the constituency for a very long time. But I think the biggest caveat is I think he'll get a lot of votes. The only reason why I don't think he may not get the seat is simply because not many of those people know that he's no longer for Labour. Because even though he's running as an independent, not everyone in his constituency knows that he's running as an independent.
You know what? It really surprises me how many people are out of touch. I know we follow it, but there's so many people that just haven't got a clue who their MP is, or even who even the Prime Minister is in some cases. It's madness.
I think there is a thing about like we're like politics wonks. We're like, they call it politics wonks. Just completely obsessed with it.
Yeah,
but most people aren't, are they?
They're not.
Those people couldn't give two monkeys,
I didn't used to be. It's only Brexit done it for me. I never used to give a damn, to be honest, so I get on with my life,
But this is it. People didn't really understand it, and they're voting for it, So it's based on a few Facebook posts. So
it did make me laugh though when our French neighbour thought Boris Johnson was still the Prime Minister.
Oh, Regan, are you okay? You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Streeton has a good chance of losing, apart from being for NHS privatised face, and his face meaning his flyers keep getting punched against his choices. I really like. I don't like. I know. Double Down News was highlighted. The independent candidate who's really pushing. And I don't know about the other parties in his constituency. I know there was a real push for one of the independent candidates there, but I don't see Streeton losing. I don't. It would be quite. I think a shadow cabinet losing their seat. I think that would be a bigger shocker than a conservative than any of the conservative shockers tonight. That could happen. I think that would be. But I mean, there was an interesting YouGov poll as well. They were asking about how many. I'm going to put this. They're asking about obviously people voting Labour, and they had a poll about what people voting Labour for, and pretty much it was like 80-90%. It was just to get rid of the Tories, and then the rest was just like because of their policies or a couple of other reasons. But pretty much everyone was just saying it's only because we want to get rid of the Tories. It's not because
that's like the 2019. Yeah, but that's like the 2019 vote, wasn't it? For get Brexit done. It's the same thing. The thing is, they failed. Sorry, they failed with the Brexit vote, and that's backfired on them. The thing is, this could also happen to Keir Starmer. It could fail. It could backfire on him as well come the next general election.
Yeah, he needs to show. He needs to. I think the thing is, he's like there's the whole thing about him carrying a Ming vase across the polished floor, isn't it? It's like just don't do anything to drop it until.
Don't drop it
today. Don't drop the Ming vase, whatever you do.
No, don't drop the Ming vase. As the kid, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I need to see who he's gifted memberships to now.
Oh yeah, that's
DJ Mardy Moo, Derek McCall, Adam Roper, Wheels, and Peter Nakro have all been gifted memberships there. So thank you so much for all your support, my friend. I really appreciate that. QA Library says, "Hi Lee, I do not know you. Can we please have an introduction, please?"
Oh, sorry, yeah, QA Library. So, well, me and Reagan used to do the Snowflake show together for over a year, until sort of New Year, wasn't it? In the New Year, we called the day on it. But Reagan obviously started doing his own stuff, so that's how. Yeah, well, before that, I did a radio station that was set up with the help of Graham Hughes. for trying like a balance against talk radio and talk TV and stuff like that. But I think which kind of didn't really work. But off the back of it, Graham set up Political Social, and kind of learning from the lessons of it, and that's done quite well. Labour Social as it was. So yes, that's kind of my background.
Yeah,
I don't know Marcus as well from the same sort of thing. Putting we had Marcus's stuff was on the radio station as well.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I had the courage to actually go and do my own channel. Really, QA was because of the Snowflake show.
Can I say something, Regan?
Go on.
Am I allowed?
Depends what you're saying. I don't know what you're going to say. Just before you do, I want to say 37 minutes to the polling station is closed. That sounds the key. Thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Really appreciate it, my friend. Yes,
I'm sure Lee,
ticking, guys.
Okay, I'm sure Lee will agree with me on this one. But yeah, I was actually. She thought it was going to be horrible. I'm going to say, Lee, wouldn't you agree that Regan's come a hell of a long way? You got so much more confident in what you were when you first started Snowflake Show.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that first live stream me and Lee Corne did on Twitch.
Nice.
Do you remember that first one we did?
Do you remember what we did? We did one. We went, that went really well. Let's watch it back, and then we realised we hadn't recorded it. Got an hour doing it as well.
Yeah. I actually, guys, for those on, because obviously we're on YouTube, I did put a link in the description of the YouTube channel, because the YouTube channel, the Snowflake Show, is still there. So if anyone wants to have a
all the episodes are there.
Like, you can literally go back to like the playlist of the first season, and you can just see, there's me without a green screen, and there's the cream wall. The cream wall. The curtains I had. I've still got the same curtains from this in this room.
There's the Marcus is on one of the episodes. There's Graham Hughes on the episodes. Daily Blase on as a guest on one, didn't we, as well?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we had
and then we did the Turnip Show, the Turnip Odyssey, where I went round trying to find turnips, and after Teresa coffeeed, they said we should all be eating turnips. So I decided to go around all the local supermarkets trying to find turnips.
It was a brilliant video by Lee. It's on the chat. It's on the channel, guys. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it. It's absolutely.
Let me give you a bit of a reminder, Teresa Kofi.
What's that?
Teresa, what?
Oh no, he's going to play that. I know what he's playing. I know what he's going to play.
I can't hear it. I can't hear it, Marcus.
Okay. Volume's gone up. I'm going to start again now. That make it. There you go.
And very anticlimactic.
I think you must have your background noise with cancellation is blocking it.
Maybe.
I think you've been blocking it out.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah. Oh.
Sounds very loud.
The badges have invaded. Says one angry pagan. They have. Yeah. I never brought out Boris the Brexit unicorn, did I? Never brought that on the show.
Joe Lefty, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Really appreciate it. I watched the Snowflake. I watch Snowflake shows. I miss it. Yeah. It doesn't mean to say that one day me and Lee Corne might do a Christmas show, maybe again. Who knows?
Maybe.
You know, you never know. You never know. You know,
we do. Maybe we can bring back Agent Charles as well.
Oh, I should have got one. You should have dug one up for me.
Agent Charles. Well, Mrs. was like, I really liked when you did that Agent Charles. I'm like, I think that was the only thing that anybody ever watched. They only watched Team Didn't watch that.
Yeah, forget everything else. It was just about
just the Adrian
Charles. Is interesting article of the week. Alistair Keir, thank you so much for the £5 super chat. To Marcus, how's been disenfranchised from voting? So sorry. Had a few last Friday, Saturday, knocking doors. Had 20 not got postal vote.
Blimey,
yeah,
loads of people, haven't they?
Could be real problems that because if
it's tight, the day before yesterday,
right? They could be like in areas where postal votes didn't go out, and I reckon someone like is it Basildon or some Essex Council, one of them didn't send them out. They cocked up a load of them, and they could be null and void. It could be like legal challenges to the actual results in some constituencies, where especially if it's tight.
Oh, don't say that. Nigel Farage is going to say this election is rigged.
Yeah, his name Dominion.
It's the postal votes. But going back, just going on to the like you're talking about Dominion and postal votes and all that sort of stuff. One thing I saw Graham Hughes put a tweet message on Facebook about it. Somebody tweeted that he'd heard about a couple of people who sort of 18-year-olds who the parents obviously knew that they're going to vote whatever way they're going to vote and hid the passports so they wouldn't be able to vote.
Wow.
That's like unintended consequences, isn't it? Well, that's what I mean. Yes, if you've got a kid who wants to vote Labour and you're a reformer, you're a reform Nigel Farageist, gammony person, then you might hide your kids' passports so they can't vote.
I don't care what anyone says. If you associate with that party, you're a fascist.
Well, yeah.
You really are.
Well, I mean, a couple of people have actually left, haven't they, because of it?
I actually think it's a lot more than that, QA Library, because one report said that that up to, I think it's like 90 constituencies are affected by it. I don't know if I can actually have a quick look to see, because there was an article. I'm just trying to see if I can find an article of it. There was an article.
Less than half an hour on the vote. Polls closing, by the way. Less than half an hour. Going back to Jeremy Corbyn, just because one of the things about Jeremy Corbyn is I think he was a very good constituency MP. He's probably a great constituency MP and did a lot for a constituency. And he obviously caused a bit of trouble in the Labour Party, and even Tony Blair put up with him, allowed him as, like, you know, in the broad church type of thing. But I don't think he was a very good leader of a party. So I think he probably will win his seat just purely on the basis of, you know, people know him. But another interesting thing is actually when I went to put my cross in the box, I literally opened it up, looked, saw the Labour logo, and put my cross against it. Hold it up, put in the thing, walked out, and it's only when I got outside I thought I didn't even check who the name was, whether they put the right whether it actually was the candidate that I'm. Because, you know, you got parties where the candidates are not actually standing for the parties anymore, even though they're still on the ballot with the logo on it and things like that. And it's like,
oh yeah, because some of them have had their candidacy withdrawn.
People will have done that. People will have voted reform thinking that is a genuine candidate when they're actually now been stood down by the party, and likewise Tories or whatever. So,
Aki Span says it'll be all the bloody immigrants.
Taking our shots and not winning.
That's it. They're taking it all away. Ruth's calling it already. The general election should be immediately postponed.
What?
You want
to
keep Rishi Sunak? You don't upset Rishi Sunak. The first flight out to America is actually 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. You know, you don't want Sunak missing that. Don't want Sunak missing that flight now. It's really important.
Did you see the tweet? Did you see the tweet by Ryanair?
Oh yes, I put it on Discord. Yeah, they've offered the seat to him. They've offered the seat to him there. I've got it here actually, Lee. Where is it? Yeah, I've got it here ready for
the exit polls.
The exit polls there, yeah. Countdown to 10 p.m. 27 minutes and counting, guys. Ooh, I'm still playing around with these buttons. But just to tell you, in leaflets actually, I got leaflets because I said this yesterday on my live stream. So I got Labour one came yesterday, Workers' Party came yesterday. For some reason, I got 2 of the exact same Green Party leaflets as well. The Workers' Party, that's George Galloway for those who don't know.
Oh yeah.
I got a Conservative one. Here she actually had Conservative on the front of her one. Fair play to her, but it was a cream leaflet. It wasn't a blue one, it was a cream one, so which a different color there. And then I think last week I got Lib Dems and another. I got a Lib Dem and another Labour. Last week I got a Lib Dem and Conservative one, and Reform coming in the post as well. So
my eldest son, regarding campaigning material, he got Reform, Labour, Green, and another one, but didn't get Conservative.
Oh dear, what a shame.
And he's in a Conservative area. It's the Wyndham and sort of West North.
It's a strong Conservative.
There is very strong Conservative there, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
I mean, the other thing as well is the disenfranchising. Obviously, the way the campaign has been done, it's very hard for volunteers.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there was literally a video those who were there yesterday on the live stream. There was literally a video of I don't know, I think it was James Cleverley, where he was literally just being told he wanted to basically go around the area, and there was this guy basically just telling him, screaming at him, F off, F off, F off, get out of here, we don't want you, get off, like keep screaming, like keep telling him to F off, basically. Like really, like it was quite, like it was really, really brutal. I don't know if it was James Cleverley or another Conservative candidate. I can't remember for the life of me, but it was I feel sorry because of obviously he's just trying to do his job, and that is obviously trying to promote the Conservative Party. But at the same time, I don't feel sorry because the Conservatives have literally killed people after 14 years of them, because of all the damage that they have done over the last 14 years. So part of me doesn't feel sorry.
Matt Hancock and the nursing home.
Yeah, Matt Hancock, the nursing homes. I mean, like the amount. I think as well, one of the things actually crossed my mind as well, because in thinking about these last 14 years, apart like the corruption and scandal was taking place pretty much since the Conservatives came into power, right? I mean, but it didn't really get exaggerated or highlighted as much when Boris Johnson took over. So there was obviously people would be saying, they'll be looking back at this saying, Conservatives will be looking back at this saying, where did it go wrong for their campaign in this election, and where did it go wrong for Sunak and whatnot? And I think it was just a case of, I think if Boris Johnson hadn't happened, if they actually had competent prime ministers after him, because Theresa May and David Cameron they were competent prime ministers. They were still jerks, obviously, but they weren't law-breaking, flat-out liars. Not on the level, like they weren't so open about the things that they did. They were much more, and the media were very good at keeping it quiet as well, and they. And it wasn't really highlighted that much. And obviously, when you had Labour in absolute chaos as well, the media had that kind of stuff going on as well. And I just think that's really where, after that 2019 general election, because people voted Conservative just because they were so tired of Brexit, so tired of hearing about it. And Labour had nothing to offer. Everyone knew that they were a party in disorganized anyway. They were completely disorganized either way. So, and I think that's just from there on. That's when the decline started for me. But I mean, do you guys actually think like because I just think from Boris onwards, that's where it really went off a cliff for Conservatives.
I think it started with Brexit. I know someone, you would say that, but they were promised the undeliverable, and it was always the undeliverable. It took out Theresa May, it took out Cameron, and it took out Boris Johnson. They basically promised the earth, and they couldn't deliver it, and they still can't deliver it because it's undeliverable. You can't expect to improve on something by actually ripping out the core, or actually holds it all together. The single market and the customs union. So it's bound to fall apart. And then obviously wrap that with loads of dishonesty and lies, and that tried to protect their own agenda, or the party's agenda. Well, then quite frankly, people start waking up, don't they? Say, hang on, something quite not right here. You said this, you said that. You haven't done this, you haven't done that. And then obviously we had the pandemic as well, and all the lies and deceit surrounding the pandemic. It's bound to fall apart. Sooner or later, people wake up. Especially when it starts hitting them in the pocket, or they have to witness their loved ones die and they can't even bury them. There's plenty of people out there. You had plenty of people like phone up James O'Brien or any of the Fogarty or any of them really, who So, I had, couldn't have the people I wanted at my wedding. I couldn't have the people I wanted at my husband's funeral, my father's funeral. And those wounds, they run deep and they never go away. And all of them will be Tory voters. I honestly think it all started with Brexit and it just all went downhill from there.
I think there's an element of that. That was like some people, but there's also a lot. There's a lot of counter. There's a lot of You remember during COVID, there was all the messages on Facebook and that people. And I saw people parroting it. It's like, oh, Boris is doing his best. He's trying his best. Remember
he nearly died. He nearly died.
He nearly died. He's doing his best. It's like that's what you say to a kid in school. When on the sports day, you did your best. Yeah, Leah's on the beer that already this could get messy. Yeah, probably will do. But the thing was,
you can't say anything, Solar. You're going to be on the catnip all goddamn night in number 10.
Solari's looking forward to having a new owner after today. So, but the thing was, I think what really did for him is Partygate. Because, like you say, people lost lost family members, and they couldn't go and see the people dying in hospital or ill, or see the grandparents stuck at home for And I think they just done my dad in. Basically, he didn't get COVID, but he was
stuck, what you're saying, isn't it?
Stuck in home in a flat on his own for 18 months. Just people coming around occasionally just to check on him and bring him food and stuff. He was a lot better than he was after 18 months of that. But the thing is, I think Partygate basically brought it home and made people open their eyes, like you say, to the fact that actually this guy is just a complete liar. And all those lies, suddenly people started thinking, he did all that. He lied about this. He lied about that. I mean, it took the Tories a bit longer till the whole Pincher thing, when he tried to change his parliamentary ministerial rules so that Pincher could stay on in the chapter. But yeah. I think it was slow build up, wasn't it? I think the straw that broke the camel's back was definitely Partygate.
Well, they'd be disturbing the peace at 3 a.m. having a party outside of the square there.
I think they were
I'm just saying.
I think they were the seeds of it all, but actually quite mature seeds coming to that. But nothing's improved, has it? You can't get a dentist. You can't get your kids into a dentist. You can't. It's just everything that's fallen to pieces. And then obviously we've got like strike after strike after strike, and it's nobody's happy.
The other thing is people realise, like, after Partygate, and then you get Liz Truss and she just cocks it up, and you get Rishi Sunak, and it's just like he just looks completely out of place. Yeah, doing that. He's not a politician. Like someone said, he's more like he's an accountant, isn't he? Really, he's and he's got the mannerisms and the charisma of an accountant. Apologies to all accountants in the world. But, he's not a politician. He doesn't know how to... I mean, that whole D-Day thing was, that was all a plan to...
That's just nuts.
That was a ruse to annoy and to appeal to the gammon that completely, massively backfired.
That was just ridiculous. Who in their right mind would think that's a good idea?
Yeah.
That is just somebody totally disconnected from reality, let alone anything else.
But, you could have joined us, Countdown to Power. If you had Discord, if there was a way for me to contact you, you could have joined us. You're going to do a reaction video tonight. All right, no worries. Good to see you, buddy. Anyway, hope you're doing well.
I like your videos, Countdown. I do like your videos. Good.
Yes, I love where he just says 5 reasons. It's just like only 5.
Limit yourself to 5. That's quite hard, isn't it?
5 reasons why Nigel Farage is a twat. 5 reasons why Jacob Rees-Mogg is a twat. And I'm just like, dude, that's disrespectful. You should be at least coming up with at least 10. I do. Yeah, you do. Your channel's doing really well, buddy. You do great stuff. So, yeah, good to see you this evening. Hearing that turnout is high. If so, my thoughts are Lib Dems will do brilliantly. Reform will do well. Tories will be absolutely squeezed further. Ooh.
I hope so, apart from the Reform bit, because apparently Reform have kind of dropped a bit in the polls after all the.
Yeah, but we keep saying about we don't want the Reform to get any seats. I thought we want proportional representation.
We do.
Wait, whoa, hold on. What's this? Rishi Sunak gives peerages to Theresa May and Sir Graham Brady. Just seen that on the
Theresa
live
May?
Sky. Yeah. Hold on. Let me have a quick
Doesn't say
gander
anything
at
on
this.
the. I'm watching. I've got the Sky
This is on the
News
live.
footage.
It's on the live. It's on the live feed.
There's nothing in the
Just having
breaking
a-
news on it.
Oh, he's got the list here. Hold on. Let me. Yeah. Don't know how well you guys can see that screen. You're not going to be able to see that screen, are you?
I can see it.
So I don't know how well you guys can see that. You have to get binoculars or something. So Sunak gives peerages to Theresa May and Sir Graham Brady. Theresa May and former chairman of the Conservative Backbench 1922 committee, Sir Graham Brady, has been given peerages in the Disillusioned Honours List. Rishi Sunak has also awarded his right-hand man, Liam Booth Smith, with a peerage. Other noticeable names made appear are former Deputy Speaker Dame Eleanor Lang, ex-MP Craig McKinley. He has battles for license, which cost him his hands and his legs. That's an honourable one. I think that one's okay. But former COP26 President and Cabinet Minister Sir Akam Sharma. Sir Keir Starmer has also put a number of people up for peerages. These include Dame Margaret Beckett, Harriet Harman, Dame Margaret Holst, former parliamentarian Labour Party Chairman John Cryer, former Minister Kevin Jones, former Deputy Speaker Dame Rosen Wiltonton. I'm not good with names, so I know people are looking at me in the chat right now. A Veterans ex-whip and John Speller there. So those are some of the names.
I mean, they just smack. That just smacks of cronyism, doesn't it? It's like he's campaign manager, and the campaign manager, whatever it was, who's like his right hand man.
Yeah,
just
it's
like
still not as bad as what.
Oh yeah,
no, give the finger. The bird.
But yeah, I'm just gonna nip away for a minute. I'm just gonna refresh. I'll be back in a minute.
Have a shower.
I just want to refresh myself before.
Just press the remove button at the bottom. Yeah, and you take yourself out of the stage.
Leave studio. Oh no! Stop cam.
That again.
Oh, there we go.
Let me try something. That takes him off, and then he can just join back in then, and then I can just add him back onto the stage. There we go. Hey, bear with me, chat. I'm still playing with this. No, I'm playing with these things. Oliver Dowden too says Phil McCracken. What has been added to the list?
Oliver Cheese Sniffer.
No, is that person? Is that no? That's losing his seat. Most likely, Reform will get as many votes. Will get many votes but few seats. Yes, we're 100%. We know that Reform. There's definitely lots of people going towards Reform. That's for sure. That's for sure. There, every seat is a Reform candidate takes is one that the Tories lose. Yeah, because a lot of people just aren't going to vote. A lot of people, if they're just going to vote. If they're not going to vote Labour and they don't want to vote for any other party, they're going to vote Reform because they like what Nigel Farage is saying to them. There. If this is an eye test, I failed, says Suzanne. That was with the trying to read the screen.
The thing is about you talk about Reform and what have you. You got Ben Habib is endorsing drowning migrants' money. Then there's Richard Tice to say, "Oh, that's okay."
Yeah. 13 minutes and 48 seconds, guys. We've still got there. Where's our Adrian gone? He's nipped off for a second. He'll be back. I'll be back shortly anyway. There's someone mentioned the cheese sniffer. Yeah, the cheese sniffer. Yeah.
Oliver Dowden.
I mean, at the local election, Reform was polling at 10% to 19%. When the votes were counted in Portsmouth, they only got 0.97% of the votes, as QA Library. Interesting. Thanks for that. It's a seat that Labour could lose too, says Phil McCracken. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, there are obviously, there are some of the, there was obviously some of the by-elections where Labour won them, where they're very strong Conservative holds. So there is obviously some seats that may possibly swing back into the back into Conservatives' hands. because the difference, obviously, between the by-election and the general elections is they're more, especially if it's just one by-election going on. That is, you can get lots of the shadow ministers or whatever down there to help and get behind it. But it's a bit harder to do that, obviously, during the general election, especially when the seats where the ones are like, well, don't know about whether or not you'll win them or not, sort of thing.
Exit poll in 10 minutes. Actually,
10 minutes.
You get it first before anyone else.
Maybe.
I think they do.
Hope for the Green Party. I want them to get at least 4.
Ballot paper.
I want them to get at least 4 seats. That is what they're expecting. That's what they're trying. That's their goal, is to try and get at least 4 seats, guys. I don't know, obviously, if they will. It would be awesome if they do.
That's it.
Let me see if I can find. Let me check. Checking.
Is it too late? By the way, is it too late?
Oh, by the way, guys, if
Is it too late?
you've still got 9 minutes.
Quick,
You've got 9 minutes.
Quick, get a flight now.
Is it just come in?
Is the Concorde still running?
It's
Flight now.
Send it off now.
Concorde's still running.
Quick, you got it. Send it off now.
Like beam me up Scotland.
Send it off now.
Beam me up Scotland.
This 3 hours ago from YouGov, by the way. So final net favourability ratings for the 2024 general election campaign. The 1st and 2nd July. So in terms of favourability, that's from YouGov. So -18 favourability for Keir Starmer, -38 for Nigel Farage, -53 for Rishi Sunak. So yeah, Nigel Farage is more favourable than is more favourable than Keir Starmer. -6 for Ed Davey, -9 for Carla Denyer and Adrian Ramsey. Does it say? Let me just see. Does it say? Doesn't show the SNP there, guys. Unfortunately.
Are you streaming this into
there,
OBS?
that's the graph there from. Yeah, I'm using OBS. Yeah, as for the camera there. 38 favourability for Farage. WTF? Yeah. I mean, he's got an appeal. We don't have to. I mean, it's bonkers, but yeah, he has an appeal. Don't agree with it, but yeah, he has an appeal. Oh, is he back? Wait, well, hold on. He's trying.
There we go.
There we go. Hey, we've moved. We're playing musical.
Shocked round.
We're playing musical chairs now.
Oh, you'll turn on top, AllShorts, Marcus. You'll turn on top. I'll go on the bottom this
It's
time.
important all of a sudden.
He's got all the shorts. He's got all the shorts now. Another one here. I'll just show this one as well from YouGov. 4 hours ago, who do Britons think has had the worst election campaign? Who's had the best campaign? They said Labour Party there with 20.
Davey.
Reform apparently have had a good campaign according to them. But none of them 31%. Greens 3, Lib Dems 9, and Conservatives 5. Some people actually thought the Conservatives had a good had a good campain. Who's had the worst campaign? 38 Conservative, 8 Labour, 6 Lib Lib Democrats, Reform 9, 2 SNP, Plaid Cymru 1, Greens 2, none of them 8, 26 don't know. There. So there it is there, just obviously from YouGov. What else have they got here? If the Conservative Party loses the election, which of the Prime Ministers since 2010 do you think will be the most responsible? Oh, what have they said here? So who is the most responsible? The most responsible is Boris Johnson on 28% there, followed by Rishi Sunak with 20%.
No, he's most responsible for them losing.
Oh God! Do you know what?
If the Conservative Party loses the election, which of the Prime Ministers since 2010 do you think will be the most responsible for this? So yeah, 28% Boris Johnson, 20% Rishi Sunak, 18% Liz Truss, 15% don't know, 8% none, 7% David Cameron, 3% Theresa May. But that's also divided in terms of it's divided in political parties there as well. So you've got Labour there, and Labour's numbers, Conservatives and Lib Dems, but Yeah, most people are in agreement. Labour and the Conservatives agree there. A lot towards obviously there. You can see there, Labour, Conservative, Lib Dem, Remain voters and Leave voters there on Boris Johnson there. That's quite interesting there. That's a couple of days ago. Which forms of general election would Britain's support? Would Britain's support for a general election? Automatic voter registration, 58%, 81% support. Changing the voting system to PR, 54%. Making the election day a bank holiday, 51%. I think election day should be a bank holiday. I don't know why it's not. It should be. 5 minutes to go, guys. 5 minutes to go. Allowing people to vote online, 47%. Compulsory voting, 41%. I don't know if I can just changing the voting age to 16, 35%. Holding elections on a Saturday or Sunday, 35%. So that's what they've got there. Interesting.
Have you got Sky or anything ready?
I've got it ready. I've got it on the background ready whenever. Yeah, I've got it already.
You got it already, like up to as close as possible because I'm at 4 minutes now.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, get it right up to the end.
Oh, can't stand it.
Right, I'm gonna.
You think you might be at if you set the speed to 1.5 or something, then it takes it right to the end as close as you can get. What are you watching on?
To come back in one parliament.
I'm watching.
Speed?
Oh, you're watching on.
Guys,
you're watching on Sky yourself.
No, on their web page.
I actually.
Well, I'm on YouTube. The YouTube channel. YouTube channel's closer. Is more live, closer to the live. Not 3 minutes 15
give me 1
now.
second then. Sky Rishi will be
show
jealous. Yeah, I've got Sky. Rishi Sunak hasn't. Sue me.
That's a stupid thing to say.
Oh,
that was the only thing you had to do with
so many people are live. Oh my god! Look at all like my. I'm looking at my my subscription count, and it's just like a line, and it's all like live. Right.
I think someone said in the chat that Graham Hughes is having a party right this second.
Yeah, they will be having a party.
They're going on soon. Yeah. The bad thing is, I thought you would know by now, okay? But the thing is that no one.
Can you guys hear? Can you just? Can you guys in the chat? Can you?
Yeah, we can hear that.
You guys can hear that, can't you? Yeah. Can you guys in the chat hear the talk? By the way, just out of curiosity.
I don't know. It's so exciting.
If you just on the screen, if you hit the cog, because you're a bit behind mine, if you hit the cog and set the playback speed to hit the cog, that's it, settings, and put playback speed to 1.25. I'll catch up to live then.
I'm with Phil McCracken on that one. I can't stand that woman.
Who, Kay Burley?
Yeah.
He will be heading this way.
There you go. Right, you're closer than mine. So, right, okay.
And their supporters can do no more Starmer, Sunak, and their main players will be anxiously awaiting the
1 minute 20. Come on.
Will it be?
I'm cracking open another beer.
Will it be narrow lead, or will it be a hung parliament? Will it be the expectations outlined in previous polls over the last 6 weeks? Could it provide us with a narrative for the night based on what we have seen before? 133
chat. Do I need to turn up the volume? Just let me know.
Around Britain have been asked to duplicate their ballot. They did. This is what's happened, ladies and gentlemen. The exit poll 2024.
I'm not monetized, so don't worry about that, guys.
Turn it up a bit, says Ruth or Alistair. Come on, come on, come on.
What's happened? What's happened?
Oh, not as good as we thought.
Wow.
Good. 131 for the Conservatives.
Reform 13.
Just a second, you can see how Andy has reacted.
Brilliant.
410
A Labour
seats. Jesus.
landslide,
Jesus.
and then some.
Damn it.
Conservatives on
131.
100.
Oh, Green's got 2 seats now.
It's not good for the SNP, though. 10, only 10 seats.
Yeah.
413
13 seats for
seats.
Reform.
The
Wow.
Lib Dems on 61 seats. What a campaign he has had. Ed Davey, as I was saying to the team just yesterday, his midlife crisis coinciding with this election campaign, and it looks like he's potentially secured 61 seats for his party. As far as the SNP is concerned, I don't know how you describe it in Scotland, but we'd say in Lancashire, it looks as though they've been absolutely battered. And look at the numbers for Reform, potentially up to 13 seats.
That's
That's
quite
where
amazing,
some
Reform.
of the Conservative votes from last time will have gone. Beth Rigby, I was giving you a moment. Go.
Yeah, that is an incredible result. If you think that Starmer said he had to climb a mountain, he has scaled Everest there and taken off into orbit. Looking at that, that is implied majority. If this is correct, and it's only a prediction of 170, it would be the second biggest Labour majority ever, only slightly behind Tony Blair in 1997. It is an incredible result when you think Labour in the last general election had its worst performance case since 1935. They were written off. They were consigned to perhaps a decade or more out of power. It is, I would say, a landmark moment. It's been half a century since any Labour leader won a majority, the last one being, of course, Tony Blair. There's a whole generation of people who won't be able to remember a Labour government, and that is a consequential win because Keir Starmer wanted a decade of renewal. He might have it.
Okay.
For the Tories, just to say, that's the worst performance.
Still opposition,
that's
aren't they?
worse than Balfour in the Liberal line side in 19.
I mean, it's not exact, is it? This is a poll, exit poll, so it's not. There are
Oh, yeah, can fluctuate, but they're usually pretty close.
Rise of the other.
Absolutely. Let's see the reaction when we said Labour 410, a majority predicted of 170s. The Conservatives properly getting a drubbing. Reform, as Beth was saying, potentially on 13 seats. This is how our experts reacted when they first saw the landslide.
Oh my God.
She'd have been very
Well,
happy.
he would be happy, wouldn't he? Yep.
How Andy
Yep.
has
Alistair Keir is absolutely right. Remember, it is an exit poll. That
Let me
is.
put some meat on those bones for you, should I? Because we're going to be talking
Historically,
about this
they're pretty
throughout the exit poll
close.
suggesting Jeremy Hunt will become the first Chancellor to lose his seat at a general election, a possible gain for the Lib Dems in Godalming and Ash. Also possible Lib Dem gains, Alex Chalk, Justice Secretary Cheltenham, Lucy Fraser in Ely and East Cambridgeshire. She is, of course, the Culture Secretary. Other Cabinet Ministers the exit poll suggests are likely to lose are Grant Shapps, Defence in Welwyn, Johnny Mercer, the Veterans Minister.
Bye-bye.
The exit poll saying it's too close to call for
Richard Holden,
Basildon and Billericay. An early declarer that as well. Could be first Penny Mordaunt in Portsmouth. You're running out of people who could potentially be the next leader.
Oh, no,
Victoria
she's going to fall on her
Atkins,
sword.
the Health Secretary in trouble in Life and Horncamp. Steve Barclay.
Just needs to stand up
I
and
say
fight.
good every time.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Very nice. We've got a long way to go. Mark Harper, Forest of Dean. Transport, Mel Stride. Work and pensions.
very good at shift this election campaign.
Have a look.
Never been off the telly.
Have a look. Which of those are you surprised at?
In terms of, well, I'd be in terms of the pictures up there, I looked at Rishi Sunak and thought you were saying he was going. I said I would actually be pretty surprised if Richmond went. We'd be in real trouble. I mean, I think it was well trailed. I think if Tonbridge goes, that's a likely Conservative hold. I'm pleased to see that in terms of Tom Tugendhat. Too close to call. I mean, it's funny. Beth and I were talking before we went on air, and the word coming out of central office was that we could be below 3 figures in terms of seats. There was a chance. So actually 131. While, I mean, there's no dressing this up. This is a massacre. It is a massacre. They've actually, if this is right, pulled a few back from where they thought they were. They pulled a good few dozen back from where they thought they were, because there was 80 that we thought we had, with another possible 40 to 60 in play. And we seem to have got most of the upper end of that. But we were hearing the same thing, weren't we, Beth?
Yes, we were.
Okay, Trevor.
Yeah, look, the fact that it is not a huge surprise, these numbers, doesn't make it less momentous. I mean, this is very big, and Beth's given some of the numbers. I think the thing that will be interesting to see as the night goes on is what we see from the smaller parties, because the real question, I think, here is going to be, is this a thumping Labour victory, or is it really a massive defeat for the Tories? Because I think what we...
Is it not both?
Well, you can have both, but the point is, what has caused this? And the question is, has Nigel Farage and Reform divided the vote on the right to the extent that it's allowed Labour to amass this great number, or is there truly enthusiasm for Labour? We don't know. We'll see how it goes on over the night. But I think that the numbers we should also be looking at are those numbers at the end there. I mean, Lib Dems, big result. I think it's probably close to their best.
I've actually
since the 80s or 90s.
They got 62 in 2005, and they went back to 57 in 2010. And you will remember they were the coalition years with Cameron and Clegg, and then after that they were massacred, taken out.
And the thing is, look at
and now guys,
they are
hold
back.
that thought a second. Ed Conway was actually in the room. Ed, you saw the reaction here. What was it like where you are?
It's I mean, let me just first of all go through some of the data points here, because I was there at the exit poll when these numbers were being put together, and so I have a bit of kind of extra color I could perhaps give you on just on the numbers. First off, just the scale of what we're looking at. We have never seen an electoral collapse like this. So looking at the change in the share of the vote specifically, what the Conservatives have experienced in terms of the fall in their support has been worse than anything we can see going back decades, possibly ever. It's worse than the Lib Dems collapse in 2015, which up until now was one of the most historic collapses we'd ever seen. This is worse, and it's happening to the governing party, which again is something that might be unprecedented. There's so much that's unprecedented about this. It looks as if it's going to establish the kind of the record of the swing. So looking at the overall swing from Conservative to the Labour Party, it looks like it's potentially going to beat Blair, although we'll have to see when those numbers come in. Obviously, the majority itself, around 170. Conservatives themselves, number of Conservatives MPs on track for being basically the worst in the history of the Conservative Party, at least the modern Conservative Party, the worst I've seen go back to 1830s. So there are just record after record that have been broken. But one thing that ties everything together is people that have gone out there, according to the exit poll, and I should say all of this is what the exit poll is suggesting. It does have an excellent record, but we do need to see whether it's borne out by the results that we get in constituency after constituency. But everything suggests people were out there essentially voting in constituencies around the country against the Conservative Party. And that question of how much support Labour have, well, looking at the share of the vote, looking at the implied share of the vote from what we know from the exit poll, it implies a share of the vote that's lower than Jeremy Corbyn received in 2017, considerably lower. So a lot of people will ask, does this mean support for Keir Starmer, or does it mean that people just simply wanted to vote the Conservatives out? The Reform Party doing better than so many people had expected, with 13 seats up obviously from 0 as a new party. But even more significantly, their share of the vote looks like it's greater than the Liberal Democrat share of the vote, and the Lib Dems have come away with 61 seats.
Scary.
So Reform having an enormous impact on this election, partly in terms of destroying a lot of the Conservative support, partly in terms of getting some of those MPs. But broadly speaking, that message the Conservatives were trying to give, vote Reform, get the Labour Party, well, that's precisely what's happened. As for whether this is a supermajority or not, I think that's one of those arguments. Final thing I would just say, the SNP, this is a story that might well be, dwarfed by this UK narrative in terms of the UK House of Commons, but the SNP facing a cataclysmic collapse in their MPs in Scotland. So some extraordinary stories, Kate, but we'll bring you more data, more charts in the coming hours.
I know you're heading this way, and we'll come back, and you'll be with us very shortly, and looking at the screen. Now to the left, that's Blythe. They would like to be the first constituency to declare in 2024, but wanting to get into it is...
There's always the ones who want to do it first. Guys, I will just say, obviously, for those who...
For all of that,
I'm going to turn the volume down just for a bit, guys.
Turn it off. Yeah, turn the volume off.
I just want to say, guys, if you are staying up all night, one of the best, obviously there's plenty of live streams and that you'll be going along all night, but one of the I'll leave this here in the background for us if anyone, in case anything comes up here, guys. I'll mute it just for now, but if you guys are staying up all night, and obviously you can watch along any of the TV posts, but there is a Twitter handle you could always use as well, which is called Britain's Elect. The Twitter handle, it's actually run by one person, believe it or not, and it's super on the ball they have actually whenever the results come out, he has like the constituencies map and the actual shares and everything right there when the results come in. I don't know how the person does it. It is a one-man army there, but if there's a Twitter handle to follow tonight, it's definitely Britain's Elect. So do follow that Twitter handle on Twitter. And I'll obviously be I'll be going from them in the morning. When I get up in the morning, I'll be up at 5 a.m. and obviously to prepare for the live stream at 7 a.m. A reminder, guys. So obviously, for those who are staying up all night, and if you want to wake up early, if you can't sleep and you happen to wake up at 7 in the morning, you want to know what's going on, I will be live streaming. Obviously, I can understand if some people aren't, but obviously, I will be here in the morning for you guys. If you guys want to come and hang out with me, you're more than welcome to do so. Lee, first of all, what's your reaction to those numbers, those exit polls?
Just before that, I like how Sky have spent a lot of money on their budget of the taxi studio. The
pillows.
The presenter with like a couple of election Sky cushions in the back of a taxi.
Yeah, I saw that in the background. I was like, that's brilliant.
But yeah,
I was just like, where's he? I like that. But anyway, carry on.
But yeah, so well, I mean, it's kind of what we hoped, maybe expected in terms of Labour. Obviously, SNP has done well. The thing is, it's only like the poll is, it's not like 200 constituencies. They have these things outside certain polling booths. So it's not. And it depends. Like I think someone asked, where were they polling in Scotland? Because depending on where they're polling, they might actually be skewed by the fact that SNP isn't actually only covers Scotland, not the rest of the country. So depending on how that's been figured out, I don't know. But I mean, we'll know as they come in, because these aren't, these are guesses really. They're best based on those exit polls. That's what they've extrapolated. But I mean, I wouldn't like Reform to get 13 seats. That would not be. I wouldn't like that at all. I mean, I know, like Marcus said, if we have proportional representation, then that is likely to happen anyway.
That means I agree with it.
No, but it's one of these things. You do have to, you have to say if you're more representative, Reform would have more seats, but then Lib Dems would also have more seats, and so would the Greens. So
it's just what they stand for. That's pretty dire.
Yeah.
And what does it tell you about the proportion of the population in the UK?
Well, yeah, but also, I mean, a lot of people just don't actually take much. Like you say, they aren't policy wonks, aren't politics wonks. They just see a load, and they've been pounding Facebook ads out like more than double than anybody else. So people who aren't, and they did exactly the same with the Brexit vote. So that's bound to happen in the last few days, and they did target the last few days right before the vote. Suddenly you get like a big swing to Reform. But,
I love how Newcastle, Sunderland, and are like little racing
Live,
to get the first one out. Yeah, it's so cool. It's a tradition for these areas. They always try the race for the first to be the first one to do it.
Wasting taxpayers' money is the high with his Audis, his fancy Audis, taking boxes in the house.
The best thing is though, for those in Sunderland and Newcastle, they get to go to bed early. They don't have to wait till 3 a.m. like some of the others. So Larry the Cat says the Russian bot farms were busy. Yeah, I had plenty of them on my channel, obviously.
I don't know about
Sakir, thank you so much for the sorry, let me just do that.
Yeah.
Exit poll in Lancaster, so Central Belt, I think. Yeah, there. Thanks for the £2 super chat, Alistair. Really appreciate your support. Yeah, go on. What were you going to say, Lee? And then hear from.
No, I was just gonna say I didn't see. Obviously, I'm not been streaming, but I mean, I didn't see any on my Facebook. But then I wouldn't because I'm not the target audience for that. So, yeah, the people who are more likely to vote will be targeted with it.
What do you think of this exit poll then, Marcus? What's your feeling about it?
Very disappointed in Reform gained 13 seats. I know I was joking about the proportional representation, but it just reflects on the type of people that reside within the UK. Obviously, it's not everybody, obviously, because there's only 13 seats. But we've got areas. Did Clacton get one in the end?
I'm assuming one of those seats is going to be Clacton. I'm assuming Lee Anderson. I'm assuming Richard Tice is one, whatever one he's going for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the other 10 seats.
I'm very pleased. So I'm very pleased how well Liberal Democrats did, to be fair, because after the cock up of their coalition, it was they destroyed them. So they've made quite a lot of ground recently under Ed Davey. I would obviously like to see Green do a lot better.
Yeah.
But I don't know what proportion of the vote they got.
PRA Library's got the betting odds.
Yeah, but when you consider what's going on over here in France, the rise of the right and what have you, and you were saying about Facebook ads and what have you, Bardella is likely to be the next Prime Minister in France. He's basically got this TikTok account and he's winning over all the youngsters. He's only 28
That's
himself,
exactly what Farage did, yeah. Farage's TikTok account is getting younger voters. Yeah, it's appealing to younger voters.
The idea of spending money on flyers these days is a waste of money. You just hit you hit social media. That's all you need to do in it. Now, I don't know if you remember Wiley, what he said regarding the Brexit vote. I think it was what he was saying. That they only need 176,000 Facebook accounts to reach every single Facebook account in the US. That's 350 million people. Obviously, they're not all Facebook accounts. Don't know how many accounts are in the US, but there's a lot anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take a lot, does it? Because everything goes viral these days, doesn't it? Especially that sort of thing. I mean, you get prominent figures like Nigel Farage say something, it goes absolutely everywhere. I get those sort of ads on my videos.
Well, even Suella Braverman did a TikTok video, and she's never used TikTok before.
That was pathetic,
didn't it? It was pathetic, but it didn't matter. It got audience. It got audience.
I know, but that's so bad. The kids laugh at that. Crikey. You're not Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw this, my first thought is like, out of all the things, the first thing that I was like, the SNP one, that's like, wow. I was not expecting that. I was stunned that they think the Reform are going to get 13 seats. And remember, this is first past the post. This is in proportional representation.
Yeah,
that's how bloody frightening that is as well. That's frightening. If we had PR
representation, they'd get a much larger percentage, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's really frightening. Lib Dems, I'm very happy for them. 61 seats. I would have liked it to be 80. Maybe I'm just being a bit greedy there. I would like them to get at least 80. I'm absolutely furious that Conservatives will still have 131 seats. That's if that's what they're saying there. But this majority from Labour, it's like let's just say hypothetically. I mean, is this like in the next general election? Is this going to be like, obviously there's a lot to happen between now and the next election, but let's say hypothetically they did get 400 plus seats. Even if they don't get everything that they do done, will that be enough for them at the next general election? And I guess that, I suppose the question asks, would that depend? Well, we're obviously going to have still first past the post at the next general election, because he's not going to introduce PR in this parliament, but he may introduce it in the future. We don't know that for sure.
Only if he gets weak. I can't. Well, he's got potentially 400 odd seats. He's not going to do it, is he? No one's going to do that. Not when they've got control and share. Why would they do it?
Yeah. I don't. I'm not. Yeah, obviously, Greens with only 2 seats. I mean, it's just that. But the thing is that the polls throughout all of this campaign, I know some people were saying that Greens should get more seats and whatnot, and I get that, but the problem is that the MRP polls kept consistently saying that, like, even though I was hearing good things about the Greens, even though Carla Denia was good on the debates and Adrian was and whatnot, they just I see the car there. I see the Sky car.
The Sky News taxi. The Sky News taxi studio.
It's a Sky News actual. But is it? But hold on. Is it a diesel taxi or electric one?
Oh well.
Oh, that's
probably hopefully electric, because it'll get smashed in the Euler zone.
Yeah, I'm still hoping Count Binface pulls an upset there in Richmond, but
no polling figures on Count Binface so far.
Not yet. But I mean, if the Greens only end up with 2 seats, I will be like some of you guys in the chat, I'll be extremely disappointed. I would have liked. I mean, even if they obviously the target was 4, but it doesn't look like it. So yeah, but yeah, that. But the thing is, the reform had quite a proportion of the vote. I mean, a lot of people are just simply turning away from Conservative, just go to reform. But that factor you said about TikTok, and social media, that's one of the things. Like, I don't think Labour did a very good job with their social media campaign, but people voted Labour because they just didn't. A lot of majority voted because they just didn't want the Conservatives, and this is where Keir Starmer really has to take advantage of this situation, because there's no guarantee. Like, even if they did get 410 seats, there's still no guarantee they can hold on to power at the next general election. There's no guarantee of that.
My hope is that Keir Starmer comes out and actually shows who he really is. I'm assuming that he actually has got personality and charisma.
What was he going to say? Is he going to say Brexit doesn't work?
Well, and he's
If he says that on the first speech, guys, you come out as Prime Minister and he'll say, "Ladies and gentlemen, I lied about Brexit. It was a failure. It was a fuck up. We are going to undo it."
I mean, but I think there's definitely. I'm not saying that level, but I think there'll definitely be things that will come out, that policies that they will push through that they've obviously kept quiet and not mentioned, or avoided talking about for the time being, and maybe we'll get to that. So there was a big explosion before outside. I don't know if it was fireworks, but it was only one explosion. Now there's loads of police around, so I don't know. I'm hoping.
The fact that you're saying there may be fireworks, that does get that worries about my cat. So I'm getting. I really hope they don't have fireworks around here, especially especially Daisy, considering how old
that's not fireworks. That's Putin. That's Putin. He's not happy with the exit poll.
He's
nuclear.
Mad Monk says BBC Scotland, Sealy. Yeah, they would gaslight, wouldn't they? To be fair, they would do that. To be fair, Mad Monk on that. QA Library saying, Alistair Campbell saying, Liz Truss was a disaster, Boris Johnson was a disaster, austerity was a disaster. The country has basically said, you lot haven't governed well, you're out. Yep.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Don't underestimate Keir Starmer. Yep. Don't underestimate Keir Starmer. That's true. Fireworks don't bother my cat, says Dog Davis. Yeah, that's true.
Just going back to the Keir Starmer thing. Sorry, but it's like, you say, he's got 5 years now to change the country, and to prove that he is a good enough leader. And not a guarantee, even if you do kind of improve things, because look at Biden. So it's he has got to prove himself as a leader as well, and that's going to include on the world stage and everywhere. And hopefully, he doesn't drag us into any unnecessary wars.
There's one very happy man there, David Lammy.
But yeah,
they'll be very happy about it as well.
But I mean, I hope he doesn't sort of start messing around with the cabinet as soon as he starts. I think having Angela Rayner in there and Rachel Reeves seems quite competent. So
I think it's very important as well. I don't. Did you watch the interview sort of / walk thing he did with Gary Neville, Keir Starmer?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, he was asked about the question. He was asked. There was a very good point in that interview where he was asked, people don't trust you and people obviously have doubts about you. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? And he says, well, show them that I can basically is what he said. You can show them what I can do. The intention is not talking, it's actually walking and actually showing that we can do this as a government. Another point that he made in there, which was, I think, quite crucial for Labour, is he said that on day one that they're not going to go in.
Dictator. No, yeah,
sorry. He's going to say he's going to dictator. Sorry, wrong politician, wrong president.
Sorry, wrong election.
No, so he said that his team have already got a plan in place. Literally, like they're not going to go in and sit down and devise a plan on what they're going to do, where they're going to start, and all this kind of stuff. They are literally just going to go straight to work. Pretty much is what he's saying. So there's not going to be lots. Apparently, to them, not going to be lots of. Oh God! Look, Dorena hiding on. Why she got a blue umbrella? What's that? Wow.
Well, I don't know where she is because it's not raining here. I'm not far from her constituency, so I don't know. But
you can assume what she's saying. I'm absolutely delighted. DJ Marley Moose says, I refuse to watch a BBC coverage. I've got this stream, Sky News and LBC. Oh, there's so many to cover, to be fair, DJ. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. And anyone else I haven't said hello to. Thanks all for popping along anyway. We do appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, share across social media, and subscribe if you haven't already, because it really does support the channel. And guys, obviously at 11 o'clock, you can jump over to our good friend below me, Marcus AllShorts, will be going live. So you can always just jump.
Bit of a hangout
when we can hang out. Yes, jump on there.
Nightcrawler.
Yep, but
shift.
Plenty of stuff there going on. That's for sure, guys. So you can always go. So we're not doing an all-nighter here, guys. Just in case you're wondering. No.
Yeah, no way.
We'll probably about another. We'll probably go about another 20 minutes or so before we.
Well, I'll have to sod off in a minute.
Yeah. You got prep for your live stream anyway.
I'll have a shave and that. I don't know.
You look your best for this stream.
Oh yeah.
I've got hair at a place. I'll just push it back in. That's better. That's it.
Anyway, cheers to the end of the Tories, or the end of the Tory leadership. Our government.
Sorry, I got no glasses. So I have to use the bottle. Cheers. I used. You can send it off. You can still got time.
I haven't even got mine. They haven't taken. They didn't send mine.
They haven't taken the box to the polling yet, so there's still time.
Fire up the DeLorean. Go back in time.
I had a DeLorean. I'd be doing more than just going to the ballot box. I'd be going back to 2016. Actually, maybe a little bit before that. Before austerity.
Find what's his name?
Yeah.
What's his name? I can't think of his name. Johnson, Boris Johnson's dad. Johnson.
Yeah, Sally Johnson, abducting.
Castrate him, yeah, castrate him.
Cut the bricks.
Save us all. And do David Cameron's dad as well. Oh, Farage. Just make sure that plane crashes.
Right, guys.
Properly.
So obviously, yeah. So obviously, it's about 10:30 now, guys. So I think what we'll do, we'll play a little funny video before we head out. Obviously, Marcus will be back in 30 minutes time. So we'll do a little funny one for you guys, and then you're going to shoot out now, yeah. Well, we're going to play a funny video before we head ourselves out. But Marcus, thanks for coming along, watching along with us. Greatly appreciate it.
Me.
Cheers, Marcus.
I was going to put my man Katie on. That's what I was going to do, but then I thought you wouldn't go live.
Celebrate.
We need. Oh, can you do me a favor between now and when you go live? All right, I've sent you my mobile number on Discord. Can you drop me a text or whatnot? Because obviously, I'd like to do like a chat sometime with you on the channel.
Yeah, no worries.
Me and you one time. Yeah, be good for both of us. I might even ask if you're like, hey, have you got space on a Sunday? Are you doing this live stream on Sunday, by the way? This Sunday as well?
Yeah.
You still doing one on Sunday? Oh no, I can't join you. I've got something else going on. Damn it. Maybe next Sunday. But yeah, thanks for coming along at short notice. Really appreciate it. And
take care,
yeah, you've always supported me and Lee when we started up, and you've been supporting me ever since. So thanks so much, buddy.
I don't know what good that is.
Yeah, I know.
If it's my woodworking channel, I had my second video now. It's on 5 million views.
Yes,
really?
go.
What was that?
Subscribe to his woodworking channel, youtube.com/AllShorts Politics, guys. And obviously on our Discord server, the Snowflake server, you can check out all of AllShorts' YouTube channels, Earth Tribe, Wally as well. The tech one, what's it? Cuckoo with begins with a K.
New
Tech.
That's it, New Tech. You got all these YouTube channels, guys.
I mentioned developments there. I've just been doing my studio for that. I just uploaded videos recently.
Yes. Yeah, thanks for the £10 super chat, Ruth. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for the super chat. Much appreciated. AllShorts playing with wood is very entertaining, says Jal.
Yeah, he chopped his sausage off the other day. I saw that.
You saw that?
Oh dear.
I showed it my son. He's a bit traumatized, I think, by that one.
I do put the odd random video in there, sort of like mocking. There was a lass on there cutting wood on the table, and she's got big bazookas and all that. And that's the reason why she's got all these views. So I did the mocking video, and I got more views than her.
That was brilliant, that video as well.
You saw that one, did you? That's like 5 minutes, got 5 million views now.
Is it?
And 10,000 subscribers of one video.
I wouldn't mind 10,000 subscribers. 1,500 is what I've got.
What you need to do, Regan, is you need to dress up in like skimpy women's outfit, like swing going around you, a bit of lipstick.
No, I can't do what Max does and wear mankini. That's not my thing, you know.
No, you don't need to do that. Just get you some decorator's tape and put a couple of crosses across your nipples, and you're there. That's what I do.
Oh dear. Boobs and tassels.
Tassels. I'll have to get some of them. What do you reckon? Don't give me ideas.
I forgot to put the gang on.
OnlyFans.
Anyway, I'm going to see you later, guys. Take care, and thanks, everybody.
See you, Marcus.
Bye.
Take care. I'm going to shoot off as well. I'm going to shoot off in a minute.
You got to show off in a minute.
Yeah.
Let's.
Oh, you're going to watch the video? Yeah, watch the video.
Yeah, let's end this guy with a bit of fun, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this one from Matt Green. Make sure.
I can't believe that Sir Keir Starmer says he'll only work on Mondays. Well, that's not. Lord Starmer thinks that hard work is below him, does he? Only wants to work in the mornings, does he? He literally just said, what if Russia invaded on a Wednesday afternoon? What would King Starmer do then? Say, oh no, I'm terribly sorry. I'm in the middle of a yoga retreat. Call me again in a fortnight. What? Do you know who never took a day off? Winston Churchill and Margaret Thatcher. I can't believe that Emperor Starmer is basically pissing on the graves of our greatest ever prime ministers with this nonsense. Finished? Yes. All Keir Starmer said was that he likes to keep Friday evenings free for family time, if possible, and presumably also because his wife is Jewish. What's wrong with that? He has no idea how hard it is to be a minister. There are so many lunches and so much admin. How do I claim the lunches back? Do I have to declare all of the lunches? It's endless. Right. I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, sometimes more. I never have a chance to see my family, either of my families. And there are also massive downsides. Do you agree with the importance of work-life balance? Oh, it's absolutely crucial. Everyone's got to look after their mental health. If you don't have enough downtime, well, you end up making bad decisions. But that doesn't apply to politicians. No, we've got to be available to make bad decisions at any time of day or night. But surely, in a way, if you don't like Keir Starmer, it's good that he's taking a few hours off each week. That's less time for him to do the things you dislike. No, because when he's not working, you know who'll take over? Angela Rayner. Is that really how it works, though? I mean, like, every time Rishi Sunak goes to sleep, Oliver Dowden takes over and does all the things he wants to do. No, of course not. So why would it be different with Angela Rayner? Because she's a socialist and a northern working class woman. How dare you? I don't see identity, and as a white privileged man, I think you should apologise. What do you think you'll be doing this Friday? The polls suggest you'll be out of a job. Well, what will you be doing on Friday? Me? Yes, you. I mean, you're not a real newsreader, are you? You're just there to make me look bad. This has gone a bit meta. No, I've asked Nick Clegg, there are no jobs there. No, that's not what I meant. You'll be lost without us, won't you? What will you be doing on Friday? I don't know, maybe spend some more time with my family? You see, they're all at it. Next up, as the far right is on the march in France and Germany and many other places all around the world, we ask, where are you going on holiday this year? And does it have a bunker?
Does it not have a bunker? He kind of broke up. Does not have a bunker.
Matt Green, guys, make sure you check out their YouTube channel, Matt Green Comedy there, guys. So, guys, we are going to wrap things up here, guys. I want to say first and foremost, a massive thank you, Lee Corne, for coming on. I really appreciate it, my friend. I know it's been we haven't done one of these shows for a long time, but yeah, there was no one else I wanted to have on this election night than you, my friend, because I missed the good old days. But we'll be back maybe Christmas time, maybe even before then. Who knows, guys? Maybe Christmas. Maybe I don't know. Maybe even we'll do a Halloween special. Who knows? But
thanks for having me on. Thanks for inviting me.
No, I really appreciate it. Yeah, guys, just remember, guys, if you want to see some of the history, myself and Lee Corne, you can check out the YouTube channel in the description down below, youtube.com/The Snowflake Show. You can check out some of our classic history there. To get a bit to know about the history of myself and Lee here, because without a shadow of a doubt, if it wasn't for him, I would not have the channel that I have here today. The server would not be as vibrant with people as it was today as well. A reminder before you head out, guys, I will be back live 7 a.m. in the morning. So I know some of you guys are staying up late. Obviously, if you are staying up late, please look after yourself. Please drink plenty of water. You know, don't sit in your chair non-stop. Like, even just step out of your couch or whatever, just for 5 minutes or whatever. Get a bit of fresh air and all that kind of stuff, guys. Look after yourself if you are staying up all night. I'm not going to be staying up all night. But for those who are, obviously, just take care of yourself. It's really, really important. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll probably do another live stream later on that evening as well. But we'll wait and see, guys. But yeah, thank you guys all for coming along. Thank you so much for those who gave super chats today. Thank you, Alistair Keir, for the gifted memberships as well. I really appreciate your support. This is my first time using live StreamYard, so we've done pretty all right. So I haven't screwed up anywhere. The only thing is I just literally pressed live and we literally just went bang. It just went right in front of everyone. So I just need to figure that out. But apart from that, it was all good, guys. So yeah, take care, everyone, and we'll wake up tomorrow morning and it will be the end of the Conservative Party as we know it.
Yes. Unfortunately, not the full end. But you know.
Yeah, close enough, guys.
Different government.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have an out. I don't have a proper outro here, guys. So, but before I do, I'll just do the usual smosh before I say goodbye. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Share this live stream across social media so others are notified of this video. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing because it really does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further, financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. So thank you all so much for joining myself and Lee Corne, and we hope to catch you all very, very soon. Take care, everyone. And goodbye.
Bye.